Many of you know that I love to trade news, and while it's second nature to me because I've been doing it for over 20 years, it's still a struggle for most traders. In fact, so many people lose money trading news that the best advice they have gotten and probably should listen to is avoid trading it. Spreads widen, volatility is high, and more often than not, the price action is irrational, with the market moving one way and then completely U-turning in a matter of seconds. Here's a perfect example. US GDP came out weaker than expected, and as soon as it came out, dollar-yen dropped, but within seconds, it completely reversed and shot up more than 80 pips. Talk about an irrational roller coaster ride. But was it really? No. Core prices surged, jobless claims improved, and investors saw that as more important than the GDP report itself. How could you have known that this was the right way to interpret the data? How could you have avoided these whipsaw losses? Don't worry, that's exactly what I'm going to break down for you today. If you want to trade news right, here's what you need to know. Step 1. You've got to know that economic report you're trading is important. As a rule of thumb, the top economic reports to trade are rate decisions, job reports, inflation reports, and PMIs. Amongst these, my favorite ones to trade are non-farm payrolls, the U.S. Consumer Price Index, the Federal Reserve's monetary policy announcement, the European Central Bank meeting, and job reports of Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. The UK is also tradable, but I'm usually asleep during that time. If you want to know if a report is tradable, or what's not tradable this coming week, our favorite economic calendar to use is dailyfx.com and tradingeconomics.com. Go to their websites, click on the calendar, and the ones to focus on are the events that are labeled high impact. Step 2. Once you know if a report is going to be tradable, then you've got to know what is expected. If it's a number like CPI, the inflation report, or NFP, the forecast is listed right there on the calendar. If not, you've got to do a little bit of research. Just Google Fed meeting or ECB meeting or NFP expectations and read the assessment of what the market is looking for. But make sure you're going to a reputable news source like CNBC.com or Bloomberg or MarketWatch. Step 3. Where to find a release when it comes out. You can go to the same calendars like dailyfx.com and the number will be updated when it is released. Or you can turn on CNBC, but honestly, Twitter is your best resource because not only is it faster, but you'll also get the interpretation because for many people, it's hard to figure out what's the main takeaway. Going back to the US GDP report, everyone was focusing on GDP, but it was really the PCE that mattered. And you would have known that if you were following some of the, quote, experts on Twitter who talked about it pretty instantly. That leads to step 4, the feeds to follow. My 4 favorite are at Forex Live, News Squawk, Investing.com, and Reuters. I've included these handles in the description of this video to help you. Between these 4 feeds, you're covered on instant release and instant interpretation. I recommend that you use a news aggregator like TweetDeck. It's free. Here's a look at my TweetDeck. The first panel is my aggregator feed, or everyone that I follow. But I have separate panels for Forex Live, News Squawk, Investing.com, and Reuters. When news reports are released, I'm watching TweetDeck and not the calendars or CNBC for the fastest results. Finally, step 5. It is time to trade, and it pays to wait when you're trading news. The best way to trade news is to wait at least 5 minutes after the report is released to get in. By this time, the knee-jerk reaction has happened, and the experts and the broader market has made their assessment of what the takeaways should be for the report. You may have no idea what that is, and that's okay. Let the market tell you how it feels and ride that move. Wait 5 minutes, follow the direction of the breakout. This is how to trade news the right way. I've actually got a link to a more specific news trading video with trading tactics and other trading strategies in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. I love to trade news. We've got a big week ahead with FOMC, ECB, and NFP. So if you'd like to join Boris and myself to check out how we trade, take a look at what we've got in the description below. There's more information there. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and smash the alarm bell for updates.